here to recap the 24-25 athletic season at Dakota State University and our final year of the North Star Athletic Association Conference. Been a long-standing conference here that Dakota State's been in, and we have lots of highlights to talk about today with the final season. You know, it all started way back in August when we had the concert, the Trojan Nights, where we had a full house, a great crowd on a Tuesday night, and then 2 days later we have our opening game on the field. And what a game it was. We have our rivals from Mitchell, Dakota Wesleyan in town, and you know, everybody's thinking it's going to be a great game, and it was a great game. If you're a Trojan, I think the final score was 34-3. So it was a great way to kick off our season for all sports. And of course, you know, it's driven in the beginning of the year by football, and then the conference and the new stadium and all that. So that was a great way to kick it off. But then the season progressed. Football had a good year. They ended up 6-4. Moses was the first team All-American. I believe he had 7 picks, had a great season. Had a lot of that happened at home, so it was great to see the success he had, not only throughout the season, but a lot of it was at home in front of the home crowd. Volleyball had another good season. Amy just keeps stacking good years on top of good years, and this year was no different. I believe they were 18-12, something like that, and a lot of close losses. But when they knocked off Jamestown, I think ranked 4th at the time, when they knocked them off at the conference tournament semifinals, that pretty much solidified their bid to the Nationals. And they did get a bid to the Nationals, at-large bid. They drew Midland out of the GPAC, and we lost to them in the first round of the national tournament. Sydney Shell was the all-time kills record at Dakota State. She got that probably, and she actually got it at home, so that was kind of cool. And then she was honorable mention All-American as well. So great way to end Sydney's senior season in the last season in the North Star. So she did a great job there. Then our fall season, we had the cross country. So cross country's going, had a good year, very good year. Then the women went on and won the last North Star conference tournament, qualifying their team for the Nationals. And I believe we had one gentleman qualify for the Nationals as well in cross country. I think that was Sailor, I believe, qualified there. And as well, our esports, our Valorant, is that how you say it? I believe it's right. I think they ended up 18-2 on the year, and won back-to-back in the fall and spring, 24-25. The first time collegiate champion league, champions in the Rocket League in 25, I believe. You know, they're going against the Ohio States, Nebraskas, Iowas of the world, and not only competing against them, but they're beating them. And so that's exciting. So then we jump into our winter sports with men's and women's basketball, indoor men's and women's track. And the women started out, women's basketball started out ranked right away. And they held that, I think, 7-9 spot the whole season. Season goes on, they go on to host. We get to host the round of 64 again, and played here, played Montana Tech, which will be one of our new conference foes in the Frontier. They kept us close for a while, and then we kind of took over in the second half and won that game. And then we kind of ran into a buzzsaw in the second game. They shot really well and lost kind of a heartbreaker there for our chance to go back to Sioux City for the, I think, 5th time in a row. So, but it was still a very successful year. Coach Mo just keeps stacking wins on top of wins and winning seasons, and And Tabor Teal becomes a second-team All-American as well, which was a great way to go out of the conference, even though she's back. She also wins Conference Player of the Year. Not only did the women win the regular season, they also won the conference tournament championship, playing 2 games here at the field house. So women's basketball, another very, very successful season. And now moving on to the indoor track season and track in general, actually, another successful year. Chance Minear, 3-time All-American this year, 2-time All-American in the indoor. I believe he was the heptathlon All-American, 60-meter hurdles indoor, and then just recently last week got the 110-meter hurdles All-American. I believe he was 6th. And then he was the North Star track and field most valuable athlete for the men, which is a big deal. And actually for both seasons, indoor and outdoor. Lucas Bennett, he gets the outstanding just male athlete in the indoor and outdoor as well. And then Tyson Grindy, he becomes an All-American in the decathlon at the national meet, and then he was the field athlete of the meet in the indoor conference. And then Casey Olson, and I believe I'm right there, first javelin All-American. That was good. The men's team won the indoor track championship, got second in the outdoor. Women were second in both. So another very, very successful indoor-outdoor season for track and field. Coach Dreeland, we're going to miss him dearly. Spent 19 of his years here. Comes here as an 18-year-old young man and leaves here after 19 years as an athlete and assistant coach, head coach. We're going to miss him dearly. But he does go out another conference coach of the year, cross country and indoor track. So his board is just full of All-Americans, coaches of the year, all those things. He's been a staple of not only Dakota State, but Madison community as well. So get to the outdoor spring sports. Baseball really upped their schedule this year, played a much tougher schedule, won Nikolai the conference pitcher of the year. And I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, and I apologize if I forgot anybody or any coaches. We did have a couple other awards. Nick Huntemer did get the SID conference SID of the year again. It's like a broken record with Nick and Anthony in their offices. They got all these trophies hanging up or on their boards. They're just very, very good at what they do, and they love what they do. And then Abby Cook got Athletic Trainer of the Year in the conference, which is very deserving. Abby does a great job with the athletes and her staff, so that was a great award for Abby to win the last one of the North Star as well. So, it's been a crazy year for me. I think I've been 14 months on the job or thereabouts. Last summer with the building and all the construction, and then the concert and the opening of the new stadium and all of that. I've enjoyed it. It's been a great year. It's been an exciting year. And, I really look for even bigger and better things moving forward to 25, 26.